Bleak headlines about the economy, so here's some good news for women. ABC's Claire Shipman says you can work less, achieve more, and live better in her new book, Womanomics. Please welcome Claire Shipman. Glad to have you here. Really a provocative book about the way the workplace can change for women to their benefit.
It is.
Explain Womanomics.
Womenomics is essentially two things. One, women have a lot more power in the workplace and the marketplace than we think. You will love this statistic. The more senior level women at a company, the more money the company makes. Bosses aren't really telling us that sort of thing, right? This is good information to have. We control 85% of consumer spending. We have more degrees, more advanced degrees than men, and a talent shortage is looming. We have a lot of power. Companies want us. At the same time, we don't like the way the men made the workplace. We don't want to work that way. We want control over our time. Now, we can use that power to get it.
What you were saying, and we were talking about it with Hot Topics, is that you can go into your boss and say, I don't want to work 5 days a week or 4 days a week. I want to work 3 days a week because my family comes first. But so let's take your situation, because you and I have known each other. When you came to ABC from CNN,
NBC. Long story. Long network
Well,
career.
you were at CNN, then you were at NBC, then you came to us. As I remember, you were pregnant?
Yes, Barbara was the only one who managed to suss out that I was pregnant. I was trying to hide it at the time.
I don't know how I knew, but I didn't.
Me.
Okay, now that baby is 7 years old, a boy, and a 4-year-old girl. Okay. But you now spend several days at home.
I do.
You turn down some assignments. You don't fly as much. You don't, has it hurt your career?
You know, it's been a difficult road that ABC and I have walked together, and they've been wonderful. But, when I joined, I didn't know having a kid was going to change what I wanted to do at work. I had no clue. None. I don't think ABC knew either. And over the years, I finally realized, you know what, I've turned down some pretty big promotions.
What about office job? Because say you were in an office all the time, and I guess what I'm saying is I'm worried about sort of a gender cleansing in the office place. If the women aren't present there, what is going to happen, and who's making the decisions if they're not there?
Will they have affairs with their secretaries, which is I brought up.
I have to tell you guys, look, the bottom line is FaceTime still matters to some extent, but you would be surprised how much the workplace is changing out there. It is a revolution.
Sure.
The younger generation does not want to work the old way, men or women.
Men can walk in too and say, I want to work 3 days a week?
Well, 3 days a week, but mainly we're also talking about control. Barbara, it's about getting your work done. Who cares where it happens? Okay. You want to go to the kids' play? Go to the kids' play. Come back. Do your work.
What about a situation? That doesn't work for teachers. It doesn't work for garbage men. It doesn't work for plumbers.
Absolutely right. There are certain professions.
It works for high-level executive women and men.
What if you don't? There's a big backlash.
Level. There are a lot of executive assistants, secretaries who work from home.
Exactly.
Answer
but
the
a
phones
doctor
from
can't
home.
give a pap smear from home.
No, but you'd be surprised.
But I don't know. What about, especially with, with people who are trying to be on the rise as women. In your situation, if you had a holiday weekend, there was a big, huge news story that came up, and they said, we need you to cover it. You say no?
This happens all the time. I have said no. I've had tearful conversations with my bosses. Then I've had to call and apologize, or I've had to call and say, I'm sorry, I still can't go. And this is a difficult road for a lot of women to walk. And for the most part, we're working for companies that are not reconstructed yet. And you're carving out your time on your own. But the point we're making is you can do it. If you are a valuable employee, and more women are seen as hugely valuable, you can ask for more than you think.
Can you ask for this if you don't have kids? Because I feel like women who have the kids can say, well, I need to be at the school.
This isn't about kids.
Don't feel as though they're not being...
This is the other headline of the book. Guess what, guys? Men and women are different. We want different things, and we manage differently. And the different things we want, kids or not, are more of, we have more connections with people, our friends and family. Women want this, whether they have kids or not. A lot of women in our book don't have kids.
But do you think that women, we are less ambitious than men because we will say, you know what, the kids come first, I'm willing to turn down that big story that could make my career?
I think this is the most provocative question. A lot of people have asked me when I've talked, women in their 50s, 60s have said, I'm scared about what you're saying. You're saying we're different, and I fought for 30 years to say we are not different. Who's going to keep breaking the glass ceiling? And we're saying we are remaking the workplace. Women are not less ambitious.
Bosses don't mind when you come in and say, I want to work 3 days. They don't say, I knew I shouldn't have hired a woman.
No, Brenda Barnes, CEO of Sara Lee, quit for 7 years. Left an incredibly high-flying job at Pepsi.
Came back for 7 years.
Yes, ate cake for 7 years. She's CEO of Sara Lee.
Well, you know,
things are changing. We're ambitious, but we want our careers to go in waves, not straight up a corporate ladder.
We want that. Does the opposite gender, are they okay with that?
The more freedom you get in the workplace and you give, the more productivity you get back. And men are seizing on this, too.
Okay. I hope so. I mean, again, incredibly provocative, and so everyone in our audience is taking home a copy of Claire's book. We'll be right back. I love the concept.
What Claire Shipman was saying, in effect, is you can have it all, the job, the children, something, marriage, something that I didn't think was possible to you.
No, but you know, Woody Allen, I think it's what he said, 98% of success is showing up. You've got to actually be there physically, I think, a lot of the time.
In the meantime, enjoy the view, enjoy the view, enjoy the view. See you tomorrow.